This stuff is so sad, dude. I seen this post on Facebook and it says, I hate weird light skin only black families like the Currys. Which I got a video coming about, the opposites attract stuff and what it's really about. But you would think this would be somebody of a different group. But this is actually a light skinned female. Alright? Which the vast majority of them have this mentality. And you're not going to really see a change in it unless light skinned dudes or light skinned people in general call it out. Alright? But this is very weird. Like, why are y'all so obsessed with light skinned families? Alright? But it's the amount of self hate is crazy. Alright? You can have your preference if you think that's what your opinion, but it's blatant. It's like obvious that you guys have an agenda towards these group of people. You have to ask yourself as a light skinned person, why? Just ask yourself. We have to be a special group of people because just ask yourself. It's millions, it's thousands of tribes and nations on the planet Earth. Really, in the Bible, it's, if I'm remembering correctly, it's like 18 or something like that. But today, it's like thousands and thousands and thousands of tribes on the earth and nations and ethnic groups. But why are they only concerned with one of them, keeping one separate? Ask yourself that. All right. It's blatantly obvious there's something that's special about light skinned people that they're hiding from you guys. And I know what the secret is, but just think about how self hating you have to be to say this. And this is very common with light skinned women and light skinned dudes, but it's mainly with light skinned women. And I read a comment that a brother left. He said that how you conquer a group is by conquering the minds of the women. And I said it all the time, and he's correct. Um, and also the men as well. The men are. I brought up the whale example about how if when you go hunt whales or when they go hunting whales and stuff, um, they always attack the female whale. And once they roll in the female whale, they understand once they do that, it's in the male whale's nature to protect the female. So by conquering the female, you can rule in the male whale and conquer him as well. So that's why they always constantly attack light skinned women with these ideologies. And you can see that light skinned women worship these ideologies because you never see the men saying this stuff. I never see the men. But I read in the comment section and I did see a light skinned dude in here who agreed with it. And I had a, I seen some people say self hate, but I seen the comment. And it's very sad that they fall for these divide and conquer tactics. And it's pitiful. But since light skinned women embrace this mentality, it pigeonholes us as a whole entire group. And it mainly pigeonholes light skinned men. And unfortunately, light skinned dudes have to take on this mentality and they have to go date other or darker. And it doesn't do anything for light skinned people. You going to date a dark skinned person specifically, it doesn't do anything for light skinned people. Now it may do something for lighter women, but I mean it really doesn't. But I mean you're gonna get a thrill maybe if that's what you're looking for, but it's not going to go anywhere. All right, and say if that's what they're doing it for, that's very selfish. And we know that women, not all, but women in nature only think about themselves, and they don't think about the collective. But you're really not getting anything from over associating yourself with darker Negroes or white people. It's only hurting you guys. It's putting you guys, especially with black people, because when you call yourself black or white, those terms do not benefit us because our skin tone and our phenotype is not a reflection of that label. So you're going to put yourself when you look in the mirror, you're automatically going to think of somebody who is very dark brown at the least or dark. Light skinned people, we're not dark. We're light pale brown. All right. So if you're saying that you're black, you're giving yourself an identity disorder just based off that. And we know that they mistreat light skinned, dark skinned Negroes mistreat light skinned Negroes. It's not a secret. Like you have to have low self esteem to want to associate with these people or overtly associate yourself with these people. All right, to the point where, and don't get it twisted, a lot of light skinned people are just scary. A lot of them are they just want to be down with dark skinned people. I don't know what for, but they do. And a lot of light skinned people don't even know what to do, believe it or not. But We're gonna read some of these comment sections. This is very sad to see something like this, and it's coming from a light skinned person, especially a light skinned female. And I tell you, brothers, all the time, it's not gonna change unless y'all call it out. But y'all gonna have to make y'all videos and calling these women out on this because they are. This is this is oppressing y'all group, especially the men of the group. All right, it's not putting these young boys and girls in better positions. It's not. But let's read these comments. There are a subculture within light-skinned people that only date and procreate with other light-skinned people, especially light-skinned people with light ass who do that. I haven't seen, me personally, I haven't seen a light-skinned couple. I mean, I come from a light-skinned parents, so that's why it kind of resonates with me with this stuff. And I rarely see light-skinned couples. I only see light-skinned couples in media. And you rarely see them then. Like, I mainly see them, like, when light-skinned dudes get money, they show loyalty to light-skinned women. But in real life, that doesn't translate to real life. Because in real life, you see light-skinned people going after darker or white people. I mean, you just do. Especially depending on where you're at. And there's nothing wrong with light-skinned people seeking out other light-skinned people. That's how it's supposed to be in nature. All right. It's nothing wrong if you want to branch out as well, but do it for the right reasons. All right. Don't do it because you're just being punked out or you're just whatever you're doing it for. All right. So we can't shame people for wanting to be around their own kind, and they don't pull this with any other group. They don't pull this with Asian, Mexicans, any other. It's only you guys who they pull this with because they have a fetish for that group of people, or they just love to divide. They know that you're a minority group and you're not a protected group. Y'all don't stick together and y'all don't have support of the group, so they just keep attacking y'all. And they see that y'all discombobulated. They see that you fall for anything, or they just pick on y'all because y'all don't support each other. And that's what you get. People from families like that will befriend you and trying to compete over who's the best light skin. That don't even sound like something light-skinned people would do. I feel like this is a mentality. They're getting these ideologies from dark-skinned people. And you light-skinned dudes need to call it out. And I talked about this many times before, that light-skinned women have embraced dark-skinned people's ideologies. All right? They embrace their ideologies. This is not something that light-skinned people do or think about most of the time, even if they're raised in the black community. A lot of times we don't even know that we're light skinned until we get around dark skinned people, and they keep making a big deal about it. All right, but trying to compete over who's the best light skin, she probably got that from dark skinned women. All right, all they doing is confusing y'all. They're not. Y'all related to them, but they don't view y'all as the same group. They view y'all as competition. They view y'all as a threat, and they want to make you guys are subordinate to them, where you guys can do all the dirty work and be the slaves of the group. While they just mess around and pretty much blackwash the history and give y'all no representation. And they just lie about y'all history, just make stuff up. All right. But let's keep reading. Man, so what? Let them be. It's too many dark skinned and brown skinned people out here for people to worry about what light skinned people are doing. And plus, there's nothing wrong with procreating with someone who looks specifically like you. Thank you. Shout out to this. I can't tell if it's a female or a male, but shout out to him because that's the only person who used rationale and logic. It's way too many dark skinned people out here to be worried about light skinned people or any other group. Why are you even worried about this group of people anyway and what they're doing? It's like they have to monitor what you're doing. That's why I called it a Truman Show. Man, shut the entire F up. So I don't know if he's one of these dark people or brainwashed light-skinned people. She said, girl, you have a white guy and you have the nerve to talk. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, these people are mentally ill. Everything that you see, people think I'm being delusional. Some people do. In the comments says that every agenda that you see is specifically directed towards light-skinned people in America, especially the men. All right? Everything is. Y'all think I'm BSing, but I'm not. I don't just get on here just to say stuff. I actually know I'm not correct about everything. I'm not perfect. All right, I say things I shouldn't say sometimes, but when I get on here and I speak, I'm not just speaking just to speak. I've done research. I've been around these people to understand their pathology, and in my next video is going to prove that what I just said. But he says, and at least I'm not looking stupid on the internet, worried about who compete strangers or effing get a life. She ain't talking about nothing. This is pretty much ingrained in Creole culture, especially in the older generations. Why is that a problem? They have such an issue with light skinned people being with each other. Like, why is that such an issue? I know what it is. I'm playing dumb, but I know what they're doing it for. All right. They have a fear, some type of weird fear. It's an obsession that they got. And it does work, especially with child women. There's nothing wrong with what she just said. I know family members like this. I've always thought how strange it is, all light skinned from dad all the way to grandkids. Y'all don't say this with dark skinned people or with white people or with Asians. Like, why are y'all only obsessed with mulattoes or with light skinned people? Like, leave them people alone. She said, I'm sorry. She's going to use her Bantu brainwash logic on all other light skinned people, shaming other light skinned people. She said, I'm sorry, but if you're light skinned and you're in a relationship with a light skinned person, that's incest. Y'all are similar. So she's worshiping dark skinned people's ideologies. That's some mentality that she got from them. All right. And this has to be called out and it has to be checked. All right. And if you guys both have light eyes, it's giving a right. Come on. Racism too. Like, come on. Hi, but I thought y'all said that we were all black and we were all this, that, and the third. But you're saying that's right. Like, you gotta watch out for these light skinned saver people, man. Like, it's crazy, and it's so sad because it puts their counterparts and their sons is in a very prone position. All right, when you have light skinned people, especially the women who are like this. She said, listen, and this is why I've never been able to date light skinned men. They just all look like my brothers. That's gross. I support this message. So you see, they all in agreements with this. All right, but they're getting this mentality from dark skinned people. They're dark skinned friends. They monkey ass, dark skinned ghetto female friends that hang around. And they're dark skinned men. All right. And they're trying to spread it to other groups as well. I didn't even do anything to deserve this legit. When we got our marriage license, the lady pressed us about being related, like she didn't believe we weren't. And you gotta understand, as a light skinned person, like people are gonna ask you that usually because if you're in a relationship with a light skinned female or a light skinned male, well, y'all both, you'll notice when you are a light skinned couple, people will say that because they want to sleep with your counterpart. So this happened to me before. I even read in the comment section that this happened to somebody else. Well, a girl said that her boyfriend was like, but this happened to me because I've dated mostly light-skinned women throughout my life. I've never had a problem with light-skinned women in real life. I told you that before. But I noticed that. There are people who have a fetish for light-skinned dudes or light-skinned females that would say that. Like, when I was in the store one time and it was this dark-skinned chick, she literally told us that we look like siblings. But when my girl at the time wasn't around, she would flirt with me and try to sleep with me. So a lot of times when they do that, they're just trying to get y'all to break up with each other just so they can sleep with you guys. It's that as well, and also it's all type of stuff. Just they don't want to see power and all type of stuff. But on a surface level, that's usually what it's about. Now listen to this. Coco Smith said, I just think it should be illegal for two light skins to get married or even be together. Like, this shit is crazy. Why is it illegal for them to be with each other? Like, if y'all light skinned people do not see this by now, or if you're that scary, then ain't no hope for y'all. Like if this don't motivate y'all to get y'all, if this don't motivate light skinned dudes, light skinned females to basically go against this, I don't know what to tell y'all, because it's only gonna get worse in the next couple years or so. I wouldn't be surprised if it really gets like crazy when if they start attacking y'all, because y'all embrace these mentalities. It's just what it is. All right, but this thing about it should be illegal. I looked on her profile and she's like overweight. She's like an overweight. She's not dark skinned, but she ain't the lightest either. But she's closer to light. It actually already is illegal. What? If you're in Blackistan or trying to fit, yeah, it is illegal. Can't wait to snitch and people. She said, "This exactly why my first baby's father must be dark or at least brown skinned. I refuse." And this is a light skinned female. Notice how it's light skinned females who keep saying this, and I've been noticing since I was a kid. These women have self-hate issues, and they are obsessed with darker people. They are over infatuated with them. I'm not bull crap. And that's funny because I actually heard a dark skinned guy say this in the comment section. He was laughing about this. And I don't know if this guy was white. This other guy commented, and this is somebody else's channel. He was like dark. I don't know if he was Mexican or something. He said, dark skinned men understand they have a strong hold over y'all women. And I was like, it's not just dark skinned men. Dark skinned women have a strong hold on light skinned women and influence as well. It's just as strong. But he said they know that they have a strong hold over y'all women, and but that has a lot of power over y'all group. And he was speaking facts with that. And I was like, yeah, you're right. They do have a lot of hold over light skinned women. It's a fact. And dark skinned women as well. And I actually got a video that I was supposed to post a while ago of a dark skinned guy. He was mocking light skinned dudes about getting their women took from them. I don't know if he meant women, period, or just light skinned women and light skinned women. All right, but he was mocking y'all about that. And light skinned women know this. Don't think that they don't know this. They actually make videos about this, and they still don't do anything to change that. Some of them do, but a lot of them don't. They know this, but he said, "You trolling or dead ass." I'm dead ass serious. This shit is fucking weird. Oh my god. They embracing these people's mentality. What about white or all Asian? Shout out to Anthony Lewis. Or darker brown skin families. Is that's not the same? Yes, these types of colorism phenomena exist, and arguments as someone who is Middle Eastern has already commented on the thread. This also exists in Hispanic communities under the major, I don't know about all that, which is an official push of Latin America to whitewash Latinos within the white family. But why is it any of your business? How is it whitewashing if those people are already phenotypically white? Why does everybody have to like darker people? Like, I don't understand this. They trying to get everybody to worship dark-skinned people, and it's just to get them to raise to the top of the pinnacle and trying to make everybody their slaves. That's what all this shit is really about. That's what all of it's about. And you got these bird brain, light-skinned broads and these liberals who keep trying to overtly force that on everybody. And it's nothing, if you have that mentality, that's your preference. But don't go shaming people out of what they genuinely like. Like, come on. This is a black woman. She said, I feel like they do that. It's on purpose. Look at them carries in their parents. You can't tell me otherwise. They definitely do it on purpose. So what? I don't see what the big deal is about that. Me as a light-skinned dude, I don't want dark-skinned children. I don't want a dark-skinned son. I'm not mentally ill like a lot of you people are. You other light-skinned people. Especially you light-skinned females. I see y'all walk around saying that. I wish my kids were darker. A lot of them don't want darker kids for real. They just saying that. But like, that's mentally ill for you not to want kids that look like you. It's the same thing with a white guy. Why would you be mad if I wouldn't be mad if a white guy say, I don't want my grandkids to look like Drake. I want my son to look like Zac Efron. That's what he's supposed to want. You can't shame him for that. All right, but these people are weird. Me too. It's mad strange. They be on some blue vein society BS and try to play it off as a, like it's a joke. You barely even see light skinned couples, and they acting like the blue vein society was a bad thing. Like the blue vein society was oppressing people and putting people in slavery. Like no, it was just a bunch of light skinned people who were minding their business, doing light skin stuff, like mulatto stuff. Like come on. See, and that's the whole point. They want to be able to say, tell light skinned people, you're not like us, you're not like us. And then when they embrace who they are and do their own thing and say, we're going to do something for us, they want to be a part of it. After they already done reject you from what, you know, that's a double standard. You can't do that. She said, Blue Vein Society, are you familiar with this Kentucky and his family that ended up having blue skin? That's the Blue Vein Society makes me think of, honestly. And one Kentucky person that I love and adore. Only one, but luckily he doesn't have blue skin. Like, come on. This shit is weird. I loved Boris and Nicole. Boris and Nicole Ari individually. As soon as they got married, I lost interest. Now, why would that make you lose interest? But you light skinned dudes, y'all should call this stuff out. Because it's pigeonholing y'all as a group, especially you guys. And light skinned women try to act like they're not intelligent enough to know what's going on. They're trying to act. Maybe some of them don't know, but you guys should call this out. All right. The reason why all these agendas work is because light skinned men are submissive. And y'all don't make videos calling this bull crap out. All right, but I'll see you on the next one.